This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Regina League.
Well, welcome everyone to another episode of the Good Neighbor Podcast. My name is Regina League, and I'm the owner of South Charlotte Media Group. And I love to interview local business owners so you can get to know the people right here in our community. So today I am excited to talk to Asha Rajagopal. Did I say that right, Asha?
You said it perfectly.
Oh, awesome. Welcome. So you're the owner of YogaSix Studio in Waxhaw. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you, Regina. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, I am so intrigued. Yoga, I started doing it so long ago and I need to get back into it. So I've got a lot of questions for you, but I'd love to know first, how did you get into this? Tell us about yourself and your journey to owning YogaSix.
Yeah, absolutely. So my previous career, which spanned over 3 decades, and so I'm kind of dating myself with that statement, but it was in finance and accounting. And I worked in various industries, but most, recently and primarily in biotech. So as you know, biotech works in, prevention of diseases, curing of diseases. So when I retired from that career in 2019, it was kind of a natural step for me to go into yoga because yoga does impact your health so much. I mean, recent research these days, talks about pain management, where yoga practice actually rewires your brain so that you handle pain better, diabetes management, cardiovascular benefits, obesity. It's so many benefits. So it just seemed like a natural thing for me to step into, to kind of spread the, health benefits to everyone in the community. And then added to that, I still wanted to keep learning. So I wanted to do something different. I wanted to keep learning. And for example, I never did a podcast before. So this is a new experience for me.
It's not bad, is it?
No, not at all. It's great. And then, things like I didn't even have a Facebook account before. So just like being exposed to social media platforms and how you use those to promote your business. And then, to the point of recruiting teachers and staff for a yoga studio is very different than recruiting finance and science people. It's a very different skill set. And so it's great because it's expanding my knowledge base and, helping me meet different people and interesting people.
Well, like you said earlier, it's mental and physical. I think yoga, it's amazing. And I just personally need to carve out some time for it.
Yes.
I love it. So tell us about YogaSix, the class format, a little bit about it.
Sure. So, as the name implies, YogaSix, we actually have 6 core class formats. And those are Sculpt and Flow, Restore, Hot, Power, Slow Flow, and YogaSix 101. And, we're a boutique modern yoga studio. And so our classes, so the different formats have different lighting in each class. Every class has music. And we kind of pride ourselves in that we make our classes accessible to everybody at every level. So you can feel comfortable coming in if you've never done yoga before. And if you're an experienced person who's done yoga for many years, you can also come in. Both those different students are going to get a great experience. So, we're very excited about having the studio in the community and hopefully everyone can come out and enjoy it.
Well, tell us about your instructors, your team. What do you look for? What kind of requirements are necessary to be an instructor there?
Yeah, so we have a great team of instructors. We have people who are, we match them with the format of the class. So for example, in a restore class, we look for an instructor who's more calming and soothing. Whereas in our Sculpt and Flow class, which, is a class that it's high intensity, it's a challenging workout, we work with weights. So we're looking for somebody with high energy and who's, really going to get, the class going. And our instructors, they've all taught yoga before. So as a minimum requirement, our instructors have a 200-hour yoga certification. But then on top of that, they go through a special YogaSix training. And in that training, what we make sure is we're, making yoga accessible to everyone, meaning that we're not using terminology that they're not familiar with. So it's everyday terminology for the poses. Also, they start with, simple and then build to complex so that nobody feels like, oh, I'm trying to, I'm supposed to do it this way and I'm not able to. And so the instructor is modifying it to a lower level. We start at the base level and then we build up. So just the language that's used, those are all things as part of the YogaSix training for our instructors. And our instructors vary from people who teach yoga full time to people who are part-time, yoga instructors who have a career, say in marketing, or are a college professor, and then they come and teach yoga in the evenings or the weekends. So it's a great group of people.
I love that. How do you go and figure out which class is right for you? Like I'm looking online at the 6 options. How do you figure that out?
Right. So we have also our front desk folks are called wellness advisors, and we have a great general manager, Michelle. Between our wellness advisors and Michelle, they'll have a nice conversation with, somebody who wants to learn more about the studio and ask them about what the goals are that they're trying to achieve. So if you say, hey, I'm looking for a very challenging workout and I want to, build up a sweat. And so then they'll probably put you in either a Sculpt and Flow class, a power class, or a hot class, because those are our more higher intensity classes. So it depends on what your goals are. But let's say you say, I'm very stressed, I'm a teacher, or I'm, hunched over a desk all day and I'm very stressed. I'm looking for something that's very relaxing. Then, we would match you in a restore class. Or let's say you say, I have a bad back, we might put you in a hot class so that you get more, you can build on your flexibility. So it just depends on what your individual fitness goals are, and we'll match you with the class.
Do most of your students go to different classes or kind of stay with the same type?
They would absolutely go to different classes. So that's the beauty of our studio, because it's many times there are studios out there that only do one type of class, and then, which is fine, but this gives you a variety. So, there are days when I feel like I'm very energetic and I want to do a high workout, and then the next day I'm sore and I'm like, okay, I just want to relax and do a restore class. So we have that, we have that variety for sure.
What do you love most about what you do now for a living?
What I love the most. It's, as I said, it's the opportunity to learn and build community. As an example, this last weekend, there was the Ginger Snap 5K run, and our studio had put a team together, and we were told actually it was the largest team that the race has had in history. And our team was comprised of our members and, staff. And it was great because, again, one of the things that sets us apart is we are really part of the community. We are building a yoga family connected with the community. And it's awesome. It's just you have your immediate family or your, people you're related to, but this is a yoga family, and I'm just really excited about it.
That's awesome. So when you're not working and running this business, what do you like to do for fun?
Yeah. Well, my husband and I love to travel, and we've done a lot of traveling, but I'd say one trip that stands out in my mind is last year we went to Spain. And we did, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but it's called the Camino de Santiago walk.
Yes.
So we did, it's a 500-mile walk, but we did like 120 miles of it over 10 days.
Right.
And have you done it?
No, a close friend has done it twice.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I would, it was an amazing trip because not only did we meet different people from different walks of life and all over the world, but what was unique was when we'd meet strangers and we could have a meaningful conversation with them about why they were doing the walk. And it was just cool because, we were all in the same boat. We were all walking many miles a day. We were all tired when we all had a same goal, if that makes sense. And people were willing to talk. And I thought it was just really very different. And I would say, I would think it would be a good idea for everybody to experience something like the Camino, because it's a breath of fresh air. In like nowadays, things are just too impersonal.
Right.
People are lonely. And I've actually talked to my teachers and we've talked about potentially doing a retreat, like a yoga retreat with some of our members, and do the walk, and do yoga and, walk and it'll be another way for us to bond and build community.
Yeah. Did you train before you went?
I didn't. I generally do a lot of, walking and I'll do yoga and things like that. So I was fine. My husband, I must say, he had a hard time.
Yeah. My friend got blisters so bad,
Yeah.
That's 100 and some miles. That is not easy.
It's not, but it's wonderful. It's hard to explain if you don't experience it. It's a great experience. I actually didn't even get one blister, but my husband got a lot of blisters.
That's funny. Wow. Well, I know that's an amazing experience. Well, Asha, it's been a pleasure talking to you. So tell our listeners where you're located, how to learn more, and by the way, what do they need to bring? A mat? Do you provide mats or bring?
Yeah. So, for a first class, we're happy to provide a mat, but as a studio, we do sell mats too. So, believe it or not, a good mat makes a big difference in a class. So if that's something, if people have a mat, great, they can bring the mat. If they want to look at some mats that we have, that's great too. We are located at 1601 Providence Road South in Waxhaw at the intersection of Providence and Newtown Road in the Publix shopping center. We're right next to Dunkin' Donuts, so you can't miss us. Our doors are open to everyone. We welcome new faces. And if you have any questions, want to learn more about our studio, you can go to our website, yogasix.com/waxhaw. Check out our Instagram page at YogaSix Waxhaw, or pick up a phone and call us 704-997-9678. Our, great front desk folks who we call wellness advisors would be happy to match you up with the right type of class. We also have, in our studio, as I said, you bring a mat, you can borrow a mat. We have a great water machine, which gives you electrolyzed water. So if you just bring a water bottle and fill up, our members love the water. It's called Flow Water and they love it. And we look forward to, welcoming you to our studio.
I'm coming. I want to do the hot yoga.
Yes, absolutely. I'd love to see you in the studio.
Well, Asha, thank you so much. You will see me definitely very soon. I appreciate you joining us today.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpsouthcharlotte.com. That's gnpsouthcharlotte.com or call 980-351-5719.